Welcome back, everyone. It's Angela with To Restore You, and this is part 2 of our envelope and book page tutorial. And on the break, I decided to do a couple more, finish those up. So these were our first 2 that we did. Just very, very simple. This one was the one that was my template that I showed you. And I did stick one of those little fun cards in there, just for fun. And these are the 2 that I whipped up. These took me literally, while I was waiting for the last video to download, about 2 minutes. And I simply used a ton of scraps, a ton of old, not a ton, a few old stickers that I had just left over. I'm trying my best to use some of these stickers that are just randomly hanging out. So that was one of those. That was, I believe, that was 4 of them. I just think it would be so cute. Now that I said it, I want to really do this. So my daughters have birthdays in April and May, so maybe we'll do something fun if they watch this. Pretend you didn't hear that. This is the other one, and this one I did... it is 3 pockets. I didn't even really finish this much, but I had a scrap of this paper and I really love it. So I stuck that in there and just stuck a little brad on there. Simple, simple. And I had these fun paperclip colors, so I decided to use those as well. So that's what we got, friends. And then I wanted to show you, I think that's where I had that. This is what that little tuck page looked like when I finished it. And what I actually decided to do was I have these little tabs. I got these at a thrift shop. I think they're corner book pages, and I'm not really sure what someone would have used those for. Oh, probably for photos, like photo corners. Then they stuck their photos in there, but I decided to add a couple of those on the end and then just did a little inking. So you can see that as another finished product. All right, now we're going to move on to something I think is really fun, super, super easy. And I'm going to step away for 2.5 seconds. I got a lot done while I was waiting for the last video to download. One of those things was not my laundry, but I did run out and get the mail. And I just want to talk to you about how you can use any envelope. It doesn't have to be these random ones. These are 5x7. I have no idea why I have them or what they were for. I really don't know. But I've got probably 50 of them. So I've been using those a lot. But this is from a lawn company. It's even got perforated edges, so I can do something with that. Here's another one. This is a business reply. Oh, Whitetails Unlimited. Maybe I shouldn't throw that away. My husband may want it. Oh, gosh. I think I already might have thrown the stuff that was in it away. Sorry, Dave. But we are going to, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to set those aside. I am going to show you how to make this. And I didn't finish it totally because I want to show you. I just used, again, scrap paper that I had lying around and then 2 book pages and an envelope. So essentially, I could do a couple things with this. And this one, I don't think I am going to glue, only because, remember those adorbs little pages that I did? Well, I think they're adorable. I don't know. I am considering possibly making some signature pages and making this into a journal itself. So that is why I am not gluing this together. So like I told you, the possibilities are endless. This could be an adorable, cute little notebook, or if you want it to be an envelope. And there's no reason, although I would have to look it up, but sometimes these 5x7 envelopes cost more postage. And it's also on weight too, but I had one returned to me, and so I always just, if I'm going to send something that large, I always double up and put more postage on it. So I just don't want it to come back. But I am going to show you how to make one of these and how to make these fun little twisties. So there is another project thingy. Okay, so in order to do this, there's no real rule, but I'll tell you what I did. I used my cutter because I wanted both the inside and the outside to be covered. So I decided to, look at all these embellishments I pulled out while I was passing time, not doing my chores. I think what I did is I just cut like right on the end there. Oh my gosh, I have blue ink everywhere. Oh. Alexa is playing in the background because I love having a little background music, but also I set a timer because I tend to not pay attention to what my time on my phone says when I'm doing a video. And then I've gone way too long, and that means extra editing on my part, which I would rather not do. All right. So this is not quite big enough to cover the fold of it and the entire envelope inside. So for right now, let's not worry about that. We're going to go ahead and lay this out. Now, if I wanted to have an inside flap, which I do, I'm just going to use, this is a scrap piece that I had. So I am going to go ahead and first glue that on. And again, the way I do it might not be the best way to do it, but I like to be quick and efficient. So I do a lot of adhering and making sure I'm saving as much paper as possible. I just want to make sure the texture side, I guess it doesn't matter, before I cut. So the less cutting I have to do, less times I have to get out my paper cutter, trimmer, the better. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and glue. Now this remember is going to be the inside of your pocket. Again, I probably won't use these as an envelope. If I decide to, not a whole, I mean, there's nothing lost, right? One page of your book. So I would rather finish it, keep it open, and go from there. Just looking at my words here. Now again, I think I'd rather have that, there we go, a little bit higher, because I can always cut this off. Okay, so now we've got the inside done. If I fold this like that, and I'm gonna make sure I get that down pretty well. Okay, now we are going to flip it over. See, look at this. It's just like a maze. It's just crazy. All right, now I think I want to put, well, first of all, let's see how this looks here. And then I'm going to put that on the top. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I have this great, it's called an ATG 700. I don't think it's on my Amazon store. It's actually, was a gift from my mom and dad. He worked at 3M, and one year for Christmas, they gave us a bunch of just fun products from 3M, and one was that ATG 700, and it holds like huge rolls of tape. I've had it for so many years, and I have like a box of tape. I'll just show it to you. I mean, this is like the mother of all. Like, here's my hand. That's how big it is. And it works fabulously, with the exception of if you use this directly on like a book page, it's really, really strong. And so, sometimes it rips the pages. So I wait, and I just use the glue, but all right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this before I put on my extra layers. And then I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit because I feel like I've got this thing about my scraps and my garbage. I can't handle missing my garbage can, which is ridiculous, I know, but it's just these little baby scraps are take so long to pick them all up. Okay, so now we have pretty much everything except that front flap covered, and that's what I've got to make a decision on. So let's make some decisions together. All right, I'm going to fold this like this first. Trying to think if I think I'm going to leave these square, because if I use this for a journal, I want it to all fit in there. So I think I'm going to go ahead, and I'm punching these now, because if I put one more layer of paper, it won't go, this won't punch it. It'd be way too, in fact, I don't even know if this one will. It seems like this one might be too thick too. Oh, no. Oops. See what I'm talking about? Stuff goes everywhere. Luckily, that time it was on me. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this one too, because that won't affect my insides of my pages. Actually, the other one wouldn't either, but I think it looks better. Okay, so now at this point, we are going to put our top embellishment scrap on there. And I just had this. It's two-sided, which I love. So let's see if we open that. I think we're going to use this green. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. Whoops. I'm curious to see what kind of glues are your favorite. I've been using the ones that I've had, or the ones that I've always used for, gosh, I don't even know when I started like paper crafting. I know that I started, I'm guessing I did not start like really scrapbooking and journaling until my kids were born, which Landon was born in 2004. Maybe before that. I mean, probably when I was pregnant, because I did a lot of journaling then. But I kind of found some of my favorites, and that's just what I stuck to, because, you know, why why change if you find something you like, right? So I've just always used those, but I'm willing to try new things. The liquid glass, that's this one. That, oh geez, it's the coolest stuff ever. In fact, I keep saying that, and I have not shown you guys how it works, just mostly because it takes time. I was trying to see if I can find something that I did earlier that, you know what, here, I'll do this on, let me just, see, I'm squirreling, but I'm going to show you anyway. I hope that you'll be able to, let's do it on, no, we'll just try it on the lips, see if it works. But essentially, let's do it on her little purple little lips. You just kind of dab it on there. I don't even know if you can tell that that's pretty thick. And then when it dries, it'll look like she's got lip gloss. So now let's just hope I don't put anything on top of it. So remind me, those of you in the cyber world, if I don't show you what it looks like, to post a photo of it. But all right, so now we have everything that we need. This, at this point, you could go ahead, call it good, and glue. You can tape that down or glue it, put in a nice little card, and send a hand written note and envelope, which I'm telling you, it's we do in our workshop, on our Mindful Journal workshop, we talk a ton about kindness and paying it forward and random acts of kindness, and I have a whole module in there of that. And people love to get mail. Like, I love to get mail. Because otherwise, what kind of mail do we get? All the stuff that I just showed you that we recycle, right? Junk. So, it is something that can really easily make somebody's day. All right, I like that. Now what I think I'm going to do is, all right, I want to be able to use this somehow. So let's just make a pretty big, you know I'm going to do this, don't you? Excuse me. So I'm going to use a pretty big band on this. And there we go. Just to give it some contrast. I just cheated. That's fine. Okay, so that looks pretty cute. In advance, while I was sitting here, I cut out a couple of things that I thought I would use to make my little tabs like I did here. So let's see what I got. What looks best. I don't know about you guys, but I have to, I always feel like I need to lay things out so I can at least see what they look like. And then I have this little guy. That one, that gives it some contrast. Let's see. I have 2 gold. I think I'll use those because I have 2 of them. And that's the larger hole. But something feels like I need something across here. I need some of that green. Is this all I have? Well, I was kind of going with that clean lines of, but we're going to just do something different. We're just going to rip some paper. And I'm gonna just distress it a little bit. You guys, distressing is not something that's required in any of your projects, but I like it a lot of times because it just adds just a pop of dimension to it. And just a little bit of interest. And you know what else I think I'm going to do with this one, because I think it will be fun? I am going to make another little pocket because I have all of this paper that I did not yet use. So why don't we just do, I'm not measuring, I'm just off camera here. I'm just going to cut this. Let's see what happens with that. Now it's still, we'll round the corners and it should be good. Now I'll probably have to change things up, but what I'm going to create is yet an additional pocket. And because I will probably use this as either a fold out inside of another journal, or I will use it in as a journal in itself, I'm going to poke a tab punch in it. Give it a little. I don't even know if Close to My Heart makes these. I should probably know that since I am one of their creators, but I'm not sure if they still make those baby stamp pads or not. Like I said, they're super, super handy when you're traveling. Even if it is only from your art studio to your office. Let's see, where are those little guys that I made? Let's see, I gotta make sure I didn't touch. Here, oh, that doesn't match. Well, for the sake of doing this, we'll just pretend. It would have been cool if I would have left that there too, but you get the gist. I won't put those in there now, but that's what that would look like. Okay. I'm getting all creative here and I'm not focusing. All right, so I think what we need to do is, it's going to be off just a little bit from the other one. So I think what I'll do is use those like that. And instead of, I don't know. I think we'll do that like that. And then, that one's not a full one. Do I want that there? I don't know. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, so I'm not loving the idea of having that, but it's going to just happen. That's just the way it is going to be. And I think this is just a little bit big. And you guys, I mean, I know I could probably go grab my paper punch, my round circle punch, and punch out the exact perfect circle. But you know, the beauty of this is you're giving handmade gifts. You're making these for yourself. You're making these for someone that means something to you. And mistakes are awesome. Like, that's what makes it so special is they're unique to you. We aren't perfect, and our art should not be perfect either. It should be ours, and we should embrace it. So there you go. It's called Permission to Just Be and Be Different. The cool part about this is, you guys, if you've noticed, I'm kind of sloppy right there with the glue. No biggie. And here's why. Dang it. I just realized I should have done something different, but that's okay. We're going to remember, happy mistakes, as our friend Bob Ross says. And it's not really a mistake. It's just something I prefer to do so that there's just some reinforcement. But we'll make do. This is what happens when I start getting creative and I don't have an agenda. Actually, I had an agenda and it just went down the drain, but whatever. Okay. So here is what my dilemma, if you will, is that I want to be able to reinforce those so that they're not going to pull away. And so in this one, I think, I can't remember exactly. This one, see how I have the brad right there? But on this, I put it on before I put the inner page in. So we're just going to have to make do and hope that it holds. But, you know, it's not like if somebody, I mean, I'm not going to be using this every day. I'm suspecting that whomever I give this to as a gift is probably not going to be opening and closing it every day. However, these also make really cool travel journals. So someone technically could be using it. All right, now we need to decide, before I go poking that into the paper. You know what? I wonder if I have enough of this. I think I like this, and I think it just looks cool. So here's what I'm going to do, and I want to show you how I can reinforce that a little bit so that the string does not come out. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to make it. I'm just going to do it this way. So the string will be reinforced and not come out. That's why I was preferring it to actually be inside of those other layers of paper, but oops, it's fine. We'll make it work. I don't know, I'm gonna have to punch. I didn't want to do this because sometimes that brad, it makes it too big of a hole for the brad to get through, but I think with the thickness of this jute, it should work okay. So then, I hope you guys can see this. So I've put the string in there. I am simply putting the brad right in there with it, kind of right on top of it. And this glue really holds well, so just for my reassurance, I'm just going to do that. And glue it on there. Alexa, turn off. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh my goodness. Okay. Get this on here. Make sure it's in the right spot. Now, I'm using the liquid glass because I could also, once in a while, I'll use E6000. This is going to probably have a little pop to it because it's such a big chunk of jute. And the one thing I am a little concerned about that you'll just have to trial and error, right? Is that I'm not sure how much of this will go around, you know, more than one time. So I'm hoping it might just be one quick little spin around it to adhere it, and that's about it. Okay. Now this one we don't need to worry about. I am gonna reinforce it though. But this one is going to actually need to be just a smidge looser because it's going to catch that jute. I have rolls of it. I use this stuff for everything. And like I said, I'm guessing this isn't really, I'm going to stop there because I just don't want to risk it. I'm going to make this a little longer. That way, once this is all dry, I could try it. But that's it. Now you've got your little pocket, got all your fun in there. And then you could start adding pages, or you could flip it over, address it like an envelope, and mail this bad boy out. Fun. So we are going to move on to part 3. So now is a good time for us to stop and pick up where we left off. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can do so below. And in addition to that, don't forget, if you are not a member of the To Restore You VIP page on Facebook, you should hop on over and join us because we have tons of fun over there. There's lots of free tutorials like this one. We're planning some live videos, and we have some new launches coming up later in the year for new workshops on torestoreyou.mykajabi.com, which is where all of my series of workshops and memberships are at. So you can find those there. And we will be back in just a few more minutes. Until then, guys, thanks.